people kind of keep coming back, I guess. Can you think back your first time here to now, I guess, the amount of confidence, just how much you've grown in that span?
Yeah, I could say the past 2 years I've been here, the first 2 years I've been here, I mean, I was nervous as heck coming into this, and I was dreading it. Now I'm happy to be here and confident as can be. So I'm looking forward to just coming back out here and seeing all y'all and just talking about this football season.
I guess, how do you explain the confidence, the growth? Is that just repetition coming to these sort of things? Is that just what you do on? I guess, how does that confidence build over time?
I just say from working so hard all the time. I mean, I work extremely hard with this football team. I feel like this football team has came so far. It's all because we work so hard and we gel so well together. Experience is obviously a big thing. I've been here for a long time. I mean, just working every day.
We talked to Caleb Williams over Pac-12 a couple days ago. We talked about some of the stuff he's working on in this game. What are like the main two or three things that you're looking at to improve as you try to get to the NFL?
Yeah, continuing to grow as a leader. That's obviously the most important thing. Is a quarterback, we have to grow every single day and show these guys, lead by example. Putting on weight, obviously, that's important for me, is being able to take hits and being available all the time. It's just like little things like that. I mean, I feel like it's more of the person I am outside of football too, is finding a way to bring the guys together, learning from other guys, asking about other guys leading, bonding things outside of football, bring my O-line out, things like that.
You do it bigger. What are you up to?
212, 213.
From last year, this time when you're at kickoff to now, where do you think is the biggest area you've grown?
I would just say, I mean, confidence is growing every single day. Confidence, leadership. Yeah, that's probably the main two things.
I remember last year, I think you told Bud last year at ACC Kickoff, just like, I know nothing definitive, but you thought this was probably your last year in college football. I guess, what was your mindset at the time, and when did that start to change last year?
I feel like my mindset then was just, kind of focused on the season. Everyone's goal is to go to the NFL at the end of the day. But it wasn't time for me yet. It's time to focus on winning football games. That's all I'm worried about now.
You mentioned a little earlier that you're taking observations from learning how to lead from others. I guess, who were some people along the way that have been impactful for you in that regard?
Yeah, obviously Jameis and what he did, and just hearing all the things that he did as a quarterback. Obviously James Blackman and Mackenzie Milton, and then I also have my brother that leads me every single day. Leads it kind of a different perspective. It's not about football all the time. And just finding a different way to go about things. He leads me a completely different way than other guys did in the past. And it's pretty cool to put everything together and find my own ways.
How different is the offense with Keon Coleman?
Yeah, extremely different. He's really talented. We have a bunch of guys that are over 6'3", 6'4", and it's going to be special for sure. We got weapons across the entire field. Offensive line, we're working hard. And Keon's been gelling really well and just working hard.
Have you seen him play hoops?
I have. I saw him at Coach Norvell's house, dunking with jeans on, doing windmills, back scratchers, all that type of stuff.
So he's the best super on the team?
Yes, 100%.
Who's number two?
I honestly don't know. We have a bunch of talkers on the team. Jared probably thinks he's second best, but you have no idea.
I don't know how often they'll kind of be on the field together, but if it is guys where if it's plays where it's Johnny, Keon, and Kentron, kind of all three big guys on the field together, how easy does that make your job?
Pretty easy. As a quarterback, just throwing the guys with that talent. We have receivers across the field. We have a lot of depth. We got Ja'Kai, Winston, all those guys that are really special players too. But yeah, having those tall guys on the field, you can just throw it up and give them a chance, and they come down and make plays.
Some of the other guys like Ja'Kai, like Winston, I'm talking about the tight ends yet. So many weapons for you. What's the balancing act of that? You're going to have guys who obviously want to keep happy and keep engaged.
For sure.
You want to distribute that. How do you go about doing that as the quarterback?
I feel like, at the end of the day, man, this is a football team, and our goal is to win every day. We don't want a bunch of selfish guys here, and I feel like Coach Norvell does a really good job of instilling that into us. And if I go a game where I throw 0 touchdowns and throw for 100 yards and we win the game and we hand the ball off over and over, I'm a happy person. We came here to win football games and take Florida State to that next level. We haven't been there in a while, so it's a bunch of unselfish guys that are just willing to pass the ball around. There's gonna be a game where Keon may go for 2 touchdowns, Johnny may go for 2 touchdowns. I mean, it's always gonna be different. We just gotta be happy and satisfied with winning.
Is that something that's discussed, or is that just kind of inherently
I
understood?
think it's inherent. We do discuss it a lot. Coach, I feel like we have a leadership council that we talk about that a lot. Can't have selfish guys. I mean, you'll never be. We're actually reading a book right now, and we just went through 5 chapters where we talked about the guys just being unselfish. Selfishness does not lead to success, so we got to focus on being for the team.
What are the biggest differences that you've seen in Trey Benson since he got on campus?
Just the growth and the confidence. I feel like it's the confidence, the main thing coming in. With a lot of doubt. I mean, people are always doubting him, and that sucks, like always. But yeah, man, he walks around with his head held high now. He's a smile on his face, still like 21, just turned 21 years old this weekend. He's so confident, and the maturity is awesome to see.
You noticed, man, I know he had a pretty bad knee injury a couple years back. Have you seen any change physically? Like, it's, tough one.
I mean, yeah, he's a freak of an athlete. I mean, his speed, his strength. He ran 23 miles an hour against, I'm pretty sure it was Boston College. People underestimate his speed a lot. It looks different because he's so big running like that. Yeah, Trey's a freak for sure.
Aside from Keon, have any of the maybe the freshmen and summer enrollees impressed you during kind of the conditioning program?
Yeah, all of them. I mean, Dre's obviously a special talent for sure. He makes plays. I would say he reminds me of DJ Matthews a lot, just the way they move. Yeah, we got Goldie. I mean, Hakeem, all them boys have just been working so hard, and it's cool to see them grow every single day. They're still learning about college. I mean, their first year of college, and I can't really remember mine, but yeah, it's interesting. You learn about the team. I just feel like this team is easy to come into and easy to gel with and bond with, because I just feel like it's such a family. When I first came in, to Florida State, I feel like it wasn't that way. I didn't feel comfortable to walk in the locker room every day. I just didn't feel what I feel now. When I walk in, I'm smiling. You see the freshmen; they're so excited to be there every single day, and we're working hard.
You talked about it a bit there. I mean, I'm sure you didn't imagine when you started career being a 6th-year senior, being in college for 6 years.
Yeah.
Is that a weird feel? What is it like being? I mean, a guy who's been around for over half a decade.
Yeah, it's crazy for sure. I mean, coming in, I would not expect that at all. But I mean, it's a dream come true, and God has a plan for me, and I just live by that every day. Wake up and just work. That's all I can do is focus on the day in front of me. If God, good Lord, wakes me up in the morning, I mean, just continue to work, man. Continue to grow as a person, a player, a brother, a sister. Yeah, that's it.
Can you elaborate on what you're talking about with that kind of culture transformation just a second ago? I mean, what was it like when you walked into it, and what is it like now?
Yeah, it's completely different. Like I said, I used to sometimes dread going to the locker room. I wouldn't say dread. I mean, I don't know how to say it. It wasn't as comfortable. Now it's like when you walk in, it's like you are so happy. I mean, yesterday, I feel like if I walk into the locker room today and I just saw my teammates yesterday, I'm so excited again. It's like I missed them. I look forward to going to camp because we see each other like all day long, and I feel like it's just the bond and the family that we have is something cool.
When did that change and how?
I would say when Coach Arvell came. I mean, Coach Arvell instilled the culture of like family. Family is the most important thing. You're not going to win football games if you don't have your brothers back. I mean, it comes from the work. We work so hard on the field together, and the thing that keeps me going and keeps you tough and all that type of stuff is the guy next to you. So I think we do anything for each other in Missouri.
How quickly were you able to kind of buy into Coach Norvell? I remember he talked a ton about trust when he first got here, and it was a slow burn for some. For you personally, like, how did that process evolve?
He never asked for respect, or he just earned it from us. I mean, he came the same person every single day, never changed. Comes in at 6 a.m. with the same mindset that he comes in, or leaves with that 10 p.m. He loves us a lot and cares for us.
I know you credited him and Coach Dillingham for kind of, you were considering walking away from football kind of a few years ago when they got here. Just how validating have the last few years been, committing, believing in them, and the results that have followed?
Yeah, they care about the person you are before the player, which is always the most important thing. I mean, I feel like he grows us for the future and tries to. I feel like he just teaches us the little things in life. that are going to go a long way. I'm going to remember the things he taught me for the rest of my life. But yeah, those guys are great people and they care about us a lot.
When did things click for you as a player in the system? I mean, a couple of years ago, I don't know how many people would have expected you to be in this situation.
Yeah. Just confidence. I mean, didn't change much at all. I mean, grew up, matured a lot. I mean, that's about it. I mean, I've always had this in me. I've always believed in myself. I wouldn't say I always believed in myself. There's times where I doubted myself a lot. I mean, I've always had this in me. I mean, I go back to high school and watch that film. Like before every single game, I watch my high school film just to remember who I am. I mean, I've always been like this. I mean, there's people that made me doubt myself. I mean, I'm mature now. There's not much that can break me.
What does it remind you of when you look at the high school stuff before games?
It just reminds me of, man, I just enjoyed the game so much. I was having so much fun with my team and my coaches, and kind of just brings me back to that and how far I've came. Still have so much room for improvement, but going back to that is pretty cool.
You mentioned Trey hitting 23 miles an hour against Boston College. Everybody lines up, runs 100. Who's gold, who's silver, who's bronze in this squad?
That's tough. Jared is not first. I can tell you that. Yeah. I really don't know. That's a tough. I mean, Kazai is, I'll say I'll do offense, but I mean, Kazai has a lot of speed, which is surprising. You look at him, he's a big guy, and he moves pretty fast. So I would say him and Trey are top 3, and then this one. I mean, Jakai for sure. Jakai has a lot of speed.
I think last year we all kind of wanted to ask you about LSU being the second game, but I know y'all try to take things one game at a time and the focus is more on Duquesne. What kind of difference does it make LSU be in game 1 instead of game 2?
Same thought process, same mindset. Right now we're focused on fall camp. I mean, we'll get to LSU when we get to LSU, and we're going to work hard this fall camp. We have a lot of days ahead of us, so it's just completely grinding. We're there from 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., so we have a lot of work to do. But yeah, when that week comes, 2 weeks early, we've been watching film. I mean, obviously on them and going back to watching the film this last year, but yeah, it'll be fun again for sure.
You mentioned earlier having fun playing football and kind of refining that. Was there a specific moment or game in the last couple of years? I remember like the UNC game, you smiling a lot in 2022. Like, do you have one specific that like things changed?
Coach Bell and I talked about last night. I'm trying to think about what game it was. I would say the Florida game where I messed up my shoulder and I came back in hurting pretty bad. I got a little numbing shot. I mean, went back in, man, just felt like that was like a click for me, and I can do this. I mean, fighting through injury, see my teammates needed me, looking to me for help. I mean, so I just feel like that was a time it clicked for me. It's like I have guys that depend on me and love me and care for me. So it was like that was the time it clicked where it's like this is
Any defensive backs that are giving you a harder time in play-run practices? You guys are standing out?
Yeah, all of them are really talented. I mean, Bernardo, I mean, J-Dub, we got Ventrell, I can go on and on, KP, all those guys are so talented. And just the love for the game that they have, and the film that they watch, and how much they dedicate to things off the field, but like film and bonding with the teammates is really good.
Who talks the most on that side of the ball other than Jared?
Well, Gilbert talks to me the most. That's my guy. I feel like he talks to me the most, but I mean, we got Shaheem that talks a lot. Yeah, we have a lot of guys that talk.
When did you think you were going to get a second season with Jared? And I guess how much of a difference do you think that can make for him?
Yeah, I don't remember when I found out, like when he told me, but it's a blessing. I'm glad he's on my team. I'm glad I don't have to go against a guy like him. Yeah, I'm just glad he's on my side, and the confidence and leadership he has. And we were talking about it last night. Not everybody liked him when he first came. He's just a loud guy right off the bat.
No.
But I mean, he's earned our respect, and Jared, he's a really special person. His personality is one of a kind. I mean, you could be around him all day long, and he just makes you smile, makes you laugh. He means so well. Yeah, we're blessed to have him back.
How has NIL changed your life?
Yeah, I mean, it changed my life. I mean, I would say the aspect of getting compensated for not only playing football, but also the things you do off the field. I think that's the biggest thing is you're able to give back to community in a different way. Obviously, like the big man, big heart. When Dylan ran last year, that's like a thing that was really big. I mean, it helped a lot of people and helped, I mean, just people across the world. Like Timothy, I mean, seeing him come to every game, smile, and it just made his day every time he was there. Being around him was awesome. But yeah, it's just an opportunity to help other people.
You probably would you go and do the big stage and talk to people outside of the program and be asked about like Heisman stuff a lot. Have you talked to Coach Norvell and just like what's the messaging for you guys and how do you interpret like if you're going to have that much focus on you now that maybe wasn't there before? How do you handle that on a day-to-day basis?
My goal every day is to win the football games. That's it. I care about winning football games. Like I said, I can go for 100 yards or 50 yards, throwing 0 touchdowns. As long as we win, I'm happy. I let Derek and them handle all that type of stuff. I mean, I don't think about that. I'm focused on winning. We come to Florida State to win football games, and that's it.
How are you a better player than you were this time last year?
I mean, obviously, I always have the confidence. I'm as confident as ever. I mean, I said that last year, but the steps I'm taking with confidence every day. Just one thing. I mean, I feel like I'm stronger, faster. Really accurate. Fast. I mean, it's a bunch of things I'm just starting to put together. I feel very comfortable with the guys around me, the offensive line. I mean, those guys, it starts up there. They work so hard, and just seeing the growth that they've had and the leadership that they've had. I mean, they do things off the field all the time together, which is cool for me to see. I mean, I can't wait to see those guys get out there. I mean, obviously the receivers across the field, getting more talent all the time. It makes my job a lot easier.
What does that continuity? I mean, you bring back everyone I think on offense except for Dylan and Pokey. Like, what's that continuity do for you, and how's that help your job?
It helps my job a lot. I mean, the connection we have. I mean, knowing that I have a left tackle. I mean, all those guys that I can trust in, I can drop back and not have to worry about a thing. I mean, I just feel like it's like just the connection and the chemistry that we've had. It's been fun.
Have you gone back and watched the highlights of the couple of the Florida plays last year, the 2 plays in that game last year?
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times. Yeah, I've seen it. I mean,
is there like, you even think like, how did I do that? Is there like a bit of that?
Oh, no, sir. I did not. I don't remember much. I mean, the only thing I remember is I should have gotten in the end zone. Should have lowered my shoulder in a big time game like that. I mean, they said it was a slide. I don't know if it was a slide, but it's a different conversation. But yeah, I do watch a little bit for sure.
But it sounds like you don't think that you necessarily should have done something different.
No, not at all. I mean, I wish I would have rated someone over. That was it. That was the only thing I wish I would have did something differently instead of going down how I did. I wish I would just lower my shoulder or went over top. That's it.
What do you think, and this might be tough to boil down, like the strength of the offense will be this year? Will you guys be able to hang your hat on consistently?
I mean, the run game comes first, like always. Can't pass the ball if you don't have a run game. I mean, it starts up there always, but I mean, we got a lot of weapons across the entire field. We got running backs, tight ends, receivers. It's going to be fun.
If I would have told you in 2020 that you would be in this position and this team would be in this position with all these lofty expectations and everything, what would you have said?
I would believe you. I just know my work ethic. I mean, it gave me 2 years, 3 years to grow every single day and have confidence and grow my. I mean, just I'd say just grow my confidence. I mean, yeah, I would believe you.